Happy Thursday, everybody. I want to make sure this is working. It's always a technology issue with me. Just wanting to make sure that you can see me. So I'm gonna wait just a minute, allow it to kind of be able to populate. All right. Let me see. Hold on. I want to make sure. There we go. Okay, I think. So as you pop on, please say hello. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And if you've never popped on here before, maybe we're just now showing up on your feed on social media, whatever your favorite platform is. My name is Amy Howard, and I am the mother maker here at A Maker Studio. So we have a we have a philosophy, and our tagline is called Crafting a Beautiful Life. And so what I love doing is I love being able to teach those of you that are out there. Hey, Kelly. Um, those of you that are out there, how to craft a beautiful life. And so we use the opportunity of different holidays, of different seasons, to be able to make our home an extension of ourselves. And so for me, as a maker, I love making things with my hands, but I love making things that I can think about people that might enjoy it, whether it's my grandchildren, whether it's my children, whether it's my next door neighbor, or different people that are in my life, because I love giving little gifts and little happies. And even more than that, I love making them. And so my whole thought process in doing this, in doing these launches and creating the projects that we do, is to be able to curate it in such a way that you feel that it's been tested, that I can show you the different things that you can do with it, and that it's somewhat foolproof. And the fact that you can't mess it up, I want you to be able to enjoy the whole process with it. So I want to see these people. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Barb. Hey, Julie. So as you pop on, say hello and tell me where you're tuning in from. Thank you for doing that. And the great thing about it is, we have a beautiful community here at A Maker Studio. We're all pretty much alike. We just have different mothers. So I say that we're sisters from different mothers. And I'm excited about the products that we're launching today. We're calling it the Easter Eggstravaganza. And part of the reason for that is because I love Easter. I mean, I love Valentine's Day. I'm not a real big, maybe that's sounding negative. I'm not a real big, what's the green holiday? Shamrocks.
St. Patrick's Day.
I don't really decorate my house for St. Patrick's Day. I know there are probably some, and I have an Irish heritage, but I love Easter. Maybe that's because of spring. Maybe that's because of flowers. That's because I love spring. I love being over winter. Is anybody with me? But there's so many cute things that we can do for Easter now that's going to make it a lot more fun, and our homes are going to be that much cuter, and we're going to have gifts and time to be able to put those together, really to be able to enjoy it. So once you pop on here, say hey. The other thing is, share this video and tag some good friends that you know love crafting a beautiful life too. And your name is going to go on for a drawing, because we're going to be giving some things away, and we're going to mail it to you. We're going to pay for shipping. So all you have to do is share this video, and it just makes it a lot more fun that people that love to craft like you. So we are launching several different molds today, and I want to show you all the things that you can do with them. It's crazy, and so fun. They're so satisfying. And so we've put together two bundles that you get a discount by putting them together. But I'm going to turn this around, because I'm going to walk you through what I've done and the different things that you can do. And it's like your mind is going to be blown. And one of the things, I've already given a sneak peek to my 2-year-old grandson, Neff, and he loved it. So if you have grandchildren, if you have children, if you have nieces or nephews or neighbors, we can have really great relationships with those people as well. You can invite them over and have them craft with you. You might even invite your girlfriends to come over and say, you know what, I've got some new stuff. Come over, let's have coffee and let's make stuff. And then that way y'all can turn around and give them as gifts. It just makes it a lot more fun, and we want to be able to get together. All right, so I'm going to turn this down, because I want to be able to show you what it is that I'm doing. Here we go. Let's see what that looks like. All right. So the molds that we have, if you've not worked with these molds before, I have to be honest with you, they're so much fun. They're so satisfying, and they're so easy to work with. But because of the products that we have here at a maker studio, it makes them really, really versatile. So one of the first molds that I want to be able to show you is this one. And I'm going to turn it around so that way you can kind of see it in reverse. I love that there's all these different designs. The eggs alone can be just a really cute project. But if you've got little people in your life, they love the bunnies. And I love that we do have one of the eggs that has a cross on it. So you think about when you're working with these silicone molds, you can make these. You can make these with chocolates. I've made them with chocolates. You can make little soaps, and I want to show you. I want to show you one of the things that I had the best time making. So basically, what I did. Um, I took old crayons. You can any crayons. I'll just kind of show you. If you have little people, if you have grandchildren, or who whatever creative person in your life, or maybe for yourself that matter, take your old broken crayons. Take the ones that maybe the wrapping's kind of coming off. If not, if the paper is still on the crayon, set them in a bowl of water, and it takes about an hour, and all the paper will just be released. The glue will come off of the wrapper. And then that way you're going to be left with your crayons. You may even have some that are just broken. And this is what I did. I put my mold on a cookie sheet, and I just came and put my broken crayons in the molds like this. Now, I will tell you, I did stay away from darker colors. I tried to keep them more yellows, pinks, whites, oranges, because I wanted to be able to have really cute, bright Easter spring colors. So I just loaded them up. Now, here's the other tip. Overload them. Oh, make them really full. If you think they're going to flood up, they don't. They melt down. I put it on 350 degrees in my oven. It took about 2 minutes. Boom. And then they all melted. And are you ready? Do you want to see what they look like? So I'm going to set this off to the side, but I'm not finished. I want to be able to show you. These are my crayons. Look at this. Is that the cutest thing you've ever seen? Now, here's what's so fun. When I sat my grandson down, Neff, he quite didn't know what to think, but when he started drawing, he loved the fact that he could turn the crayon around and it would create different colors. So that way, let me just show you what I'm talking about. So that way, here's the egg with the cross on it. So I can literally, can you see that? I can turn the crayon around and it will give these multicolors, which they love. It's a lot of fun. So I think this is a great project to get together to make with someone, to make with your child or your grandchild. Thanks, Kelly. I thought they were cute too. But I also wanted to show you, and I'm getting ready to do one of the other molds to be able to show you. But you can do them in eco powder and then give them a paintbrush and some of the inks that you have from a maker studio or some watercolor. And these eco powder make really cute little things for them to paint themselves. If you've never done this, I'm getting ready to show you how to do it. But these are darling little ceramic pieces that they can paint. And guess what else you can do? I took my soap mixture that we have on our website. It's our goat milk soap and our colorant that I'm getting ready to show you on Ducky soaps. And I made little soaps like this. So these can be little one-time use that you set in your guest bathroom. I've told you I am all about having cute little soaps in my guest bathroom that go around for different holidays. So I made the crayons. I did the eco powder. You can make chocolates and you can make little soaps. And that's not all. Are you ready? Let me show you something else. I want to set this back here. This is something else that I am working on with those molds. So this is something that's brand new today. Can you see this? We had this custom made. It is so big, I can't even have it fit on my camera. It's so big, it stands on its own. So I bought this candle. If I put it down here, can you see? This is really, really tall, and you look at the diameter at the base, it will stand on its own. So that way you could make a whole lot of them to go on your centerpiece. But I thought, wouldn't it be fun to be able to make all these adorable little medallions from my mold and put all over my candle. The same thing, you can heat them with a heat gun. I mean with a yes, with a heat gun, and it remelts the wax melts that I made from the mold, and then I can stick them all over this candle. Isn't that fun? All right, so I wanted you to see this is a brand new mold that we're introducing. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. So I bought a candle like this at a shop. Why am I whispering? I don't know. I loved it so much because it stood up on its own and it was so big and so glorious and it was in black. And I thought it's so chic. It was $89. That's why I thought I want to be able to have a custom mold made so that way my guys can make this. And it's absolutely fabulous. So that way you can cover these with all your different designs. If you don't want to do your Easter, you could come back and definitely use some of our molds and make wax melts and cover the candles with flowers. Look at these. Wouldn't that be darling? So there's so many things that you can do. It is absolutely adorable. And my philosophy here is to do things that are very upscale, things that you would find in a very high-end boutique that can be really, really cute. That's kind of my whole thought process with a maker studio. One, because I love making things and I love getting together with people and making things. All right, so that was the first mold that I wanted to show you. It was a lot of fun. Now, my grandson, I'm famous for the fact that I made soap. I think I showed y'all that one time. I made soap and I put a little plastic car in it. And so he wanted to take a bath all the time because he was like, "Mama, is it time? Is it time? Is it time?" He wanted that car to melt out of that soap so that way he could get to the car. So it encouraged him taking baths. So I loved these little rubber duckies. Now there's two things I want to be able to show you. Here's the other mold that comes in our Easter egg extravaganza. And let me move this out of the way. My daughter and I absolutely fell in love with these two. So these guys are sitting here and then I'll show you that in just a minute. All right. So this is the mold for the ducky soap. Guys, this is such an easy, fun thing to do. Now, you can do it with clear soap and put a prize inside or put little toys so that way um, that when the soap melts, it'll come through. I was having fun with doing these in yellow, and I thought they even make cute little decorative things. But you could also use this mold and make candles out of them. So the wick would come. Did we ever finish doing that? Did you make a candle out of the duck? So you can literally thread through the wax mold through here and pull your wick through the top. I've done this on a lot of other videos. And then that way you could have little duck candles that you could have on your Easter table that would be absolutely precious. All right, so I wanted to show you how to make these darling little ducky soaps that will be beautiful little gifts that you can put in little cellophane bags or you can have them in your bathroom. So, no? All right, so I'm going to go on. We have these soaps on the website. We've put a bundle together of our goat milk soap, our eco powder, and our beeswax. So that way with a pigment, so it allows you to be able to one, get a discount and you can make all the things that I am showing you how today when you get your bundle. All right, so now the other thing is that we have these great water-based pigments and they come in a lot of great colors. And I liked using this really bright yellow because it's spring. I wanted to be able to color my wax to be able to be a little yellow duck. So I melted. You can do this with a double boiler. And I need to work fairly quickly because I don't want my wax to start, my soap, I mean, to start getting a little coating on it. So I'm going to squirt just a few dots of my yellow pigment in this, and this is in the collection. When you go to a makerstudio.com, if you'll see on the banner, it'll say shop now. So that way that will take you directly to the collection and you'll be able to see what it is that we're introducing today. So look at that darling color. I love it. I'm going to add just two more dots. Boom, boom. Again, that's my water-based pigment. And I'm going to mix this all together. Look how pretty that is and how easy. Stir that up really, really good. Now I'm just going to go in and pour this. I'm going to put this on a board. Jean, do we have another one of those boards? So that way I can just move it and it won't come out. Here, I'll do this. All right, so I'm just going to set this because a lot of times I'll transfer them over and I'll go pop this in the freezer. Now, it just allows it to be able to dry a little bit quicker. You can put it in your fridge if you want to. Again, the same process if I'm going to be working with wax and I'm going to make little duck candles. I prefer that you use pigment. So what we've done is we have included a container of the Como yellow pigment that you'll tint your wax with pigment, but you can use the colorants in your soap. So we've included the pigment for you when you order the wax and the eco powder. All right, so now I'm just going to go in and pour this up in my mold. Again, I'm making my soap. You can add essential oils too. We have those on the site. Boom, done. It's that easy. Because the fun thing is, this is going to set up in about an hour and a half because it's a fairly thick mold. The quality is insane. It's great. I am so pleased with it that this will set up and then you're just going to demold it. It's not hard to get out. And then you're going to have this adorable little duck soap. Is that not the cutest thing? So you could put a little ribbon around his neck. You could put a little grass in a cellophane bag and put them up. If you have a shop, I know there's a lot of folks that they do crafts fairs, they have antique booths, they sell things. These would be something adorable that you could resell. And also give away as gifts and then enjoy in your home. I love them. I think they're so cute. All right, so now I'm going to set this off to the side. That's our ducky soap. Now I will tell you, I like baking. I had a little bit of a snafu when I was coming over here with my egg. But look at this. You can also use the silicone molds. Can you see? Look, it's a duck cake. OMG, guys, look. I could use the same mold that I did to create my duck soaps to create little duck cakes. How fun are those? All right, now I'm gonna leave that here because I'm getting ready to show them the egg. All right, so now that's the second one. Now I want to show you these. This also comes in your bundle. Are these the most fun? Now, I'm curious, how many of you love working with clay? Now, um, it's air dry clay. It is so fun to work with. And well, hey, Carol Lander, how are you? Hey, Sandy. Hey, Pam. All right, so this is part of the bundle that we have that's on sale today on the website. And the great thing about it is you've got your cutters. So these are great to use with sugar cookies. But here's what I'm planning on doing for my house. And I thought I'm going to show you. I'm not completely finished yet, but I wanted to show you what my concept was. So I love all the details. I want to hold this up. Every one of these stamps is a different pattern. And I just think they're so curated. They're so very high end looking. They're very curated. So it allows you to be able to make some great looking cookies, but also doing it with the air dry clay. I want to show you. So I've got one already rolled out. I came up to the studio and I actually left my rolling pin at the house. So normally it would be much prettier than this. So you'll come in and basically lay down your cookie cutter. And again, this is my clay that I'm working with. And I'm just going to pull that up because I want you to be able to see one of them. You can make it whatever thickness that you want. But what I plan on doing, there's several things that you can do with these. You can make gift tags for your gifts for Easter, but you know what I'm going to do? I am making an Easter tree. I'm going to do a big branch. I'm going to go outside, and I've actually seen these done, and I think they're so cute. But I'm going to get a big branch from outside of my house, and hold on. Got to work with him just a little bit. I should have made sure. Usually I work on silicone, but I put that on this to be able to show you. But I want to be able to hang these from a branch. So I've got an Easter branch tree and paint them all individually. All right. So now I'm going to show you, I think this one's really cute. Can you see that? So now once I've cut it, I'm going to press it into my clay like this, center it on there, and then just press, holding both fingers, press down into your clay where you get a good impression all the way around, and then pull it off. So now look. Now, before it sets up, what I want you to do we have those skewers here? Did you see them? This may be it's a little big. Let me see. All right, good deal. Thank you. So you can take a skewer, you can take whatever sharp object. I used actually at home when I was making mine, I just used a pencil. And so Gretchen, I love that idea. And keychains. Oh, I love that idea. Yes. Now, what I plan on doing, I'm going to get some vintage ribbon. So I want you to see. So after I stamp that, I'm just going to put that on here like this and open that up. I need it large enough like that to be able to put my ribbon through. So now I need to let my air dry clay dry overnight, depending on what is your favorite air dry clay. But I wanted to basically show you the concept. Then you can come back, as I've done on mine. Let me hand you that. So these were a lot of them that I made. I do love the idea of the keychain. I think that's really cute. But really frayed velvet ribbon, vintage frayed velvet ribbon on these hanging on a branch in your kitchen would absolutely be the cutest. But you can come back, you can come back and use our inks and paint them. A lot of people don't realize that. You can do them in watercolor. So let me just show you real quick. So the inks that we have at a maker studio, make sure that you use all these really cute little spring colors, pinks, greens, yellows, pale blues. I'm going to take my wet brush and I'm going to thin this down just a little bit. As a rule, when I am working with my inks, I always thin them down. And you can go to the Dollar Tree or Goodwill and just get a plate and let that be your paint plate. But so, and this is another great project for you to be able to do with the little people in your life. I'm just going to go and do a little wash all over the whole thing. Like this. Then that way I can come back and start laying in my colors. Depending on what your color palette is going to be on your Easter tree, your branch tree, you want to be able to work with that. And a lot of people like to work with little pencils, but it's best to probably stay with either inks or watercolor or acrylic paint. But that way, these will be adorable little ornaments to be able to hang from your Easter tree. All right, so the other thing is, those of you, you can just go get some cookie dough and spread it out and do the same thing that we did. Of course, we're not going to make the holes in it, that it will make adorable cookies as well. So I wanted to give you that idea. All right, last but definitely not least, let me move these out of the way. We've got so many things up here. So I showed you the ducks. I showed you how to be able to make the adorable crayons that Neff loved. I think he was ready to take these home and I needed them as my props. We're going to make those for our Easter tree. You can also make the wax that we put on our candle to make it pretty for spring. Now, this is another mold. This, I will say this, a shout out to Brooke. My oldest daughter and I, we absolutely love these. These will make adorable little cakes. They're little bunnies and their ears are up. So let me show you. I did two things. I thought it was fun to be able to create the little soaps. You could also make these into candles as well. So that's why, again, we put the bundle together for you. So that way you've got your wax and you can just pop in your cart. You can get the essential oils, but that way, if you want to be able to make the candles, you're going to take a skewer like this. And what I do is I'll go through the center and I'll puncture the top like that in the center of the mold, thread my wick through that, put just a little bit of hot glue at the top to be able to seal it, and then pour in my wax. Now, the other thing is, I actually did these out of soap. So I thought they would just be really cute soaps to put in my bathroom. It's fun if you want to do your custom, um, have your flower napkin. I always have little disposable napkin type things in my bathroom, and these would be adorable sitting in a cute little vintage china container for you to be able to have. Everybody's going to come out of your bathroom and go, okay, where did you get those soaps? Those are like the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. So they're so easy to make. Let me show you how. All right, so now this is soap, right? No, that's soap. Well, do we have any melted in a color? No. All right. So I'm going to show you. I know I'm showing you yellow, but just imagine that it is, I just want to make sure that I don't set this down and get it wet. All right, so I'm going to set that down here. So what I did is I just took a brush, clean that out, and I dipped it into, can you see my wax? I dipped it into my wax. And you want to just go down into the ears. Now with this, you'll do the same thing. You'll use your colorant. Trying to think what we did. And I like doing them either in a bright coral or a cute pink. Don't you love that for the ears? I just think, yes, could you do them in all white? But look what a happy that is to be able to see that little bunny. You know what I should have done? I should have come back and done his tail. Why didn't I do that? All right. So do his tail and do his ears. And if you want to, you could even do his eye. Just really make him up fabulous, depending on your creativity. But you can use these water-based pigments for that. So I just wanted to show you, I'm just going to dip my brush in my wax. And basically you're going to go down into the mold like this, just with your color. Can you see that? So I see his eyes. I'm going to pop that there, pop that there. We're basically putting colored wax, and there's his tail. Woohoo! All right. So come in and whatever color you want to be able to add, and I like the pink, but I've got my yellow melted. Let that set up for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then come back and pour the rest of your wax in your mold. So now we'll tell you, look at the back of this. See how it's got these little stands? So that way it's going to protect it when you're actually pouring the wax or the eco powder or whatever into your mold. So I'm going to put this on a board again, so that way I can move it away. Now I will tell you the Decky mold is a little bit more sturdy. This one, you see how I need to be able to have them all up supporting. And then I'm just going to go in and pour this into my bunny. You know, a bunny he could be yellow, but I prefer for him to be pink. All right, so then I'm going to let that set. I'm going to let it set up. I can do all of them if I want to be able to have all those little soaps. And then in about an hour and a half to 2 hours, it's ready and I can pop them out of the mold. All right, so I also want to show you, in the same mold, I used my eco powder because I think it's great to be able to create things for kids to be able to paint. If you've never done these before, they are so easy and so fun to work with. I'm going to show you. So your eco powder, I've got one more project after this, so hang with me. So your eco powder comes in a bag like this. It's a combination. I'm actually calling it like a ceramic cast. It allows you to be able to create ceramics, things that are like this that you can paint that are very high quality. It's self-leveling. It is so easy to work with. I will tell you, out of all the products that we have, everybody loves eco powder. You are totally addicted to them. And they're so easy to work with when you are making things with your molds. Yes, Bobby, I have to have cutting boards and little things. I move them around all the time. That way they don't jiggle and I can go pop them in the freezer or the refrigerator. All right, so now I'm going to mix up the eco powder in a powder form like this. And I'm going to add a little bit of water. So basically it's 3 parts eco powder to 1 part water. Put that in there like that. And I'm going to go in and stir this up. You've got about, I don't know, about 10 minutes before this is going to kind of start setting. I usually like to start it off kind of thick, but when you get it all mixed up, it's going to be about the consistency of pancake batter. So you see how it's kind of thick. Now I'm going to come back and add a little bit more water. I'm curious in the comments, is anybody else, is Easter one of your favorite holidays? And is it because we love spring and we're tired of winter? Is it because one, it's one of for believers, if you are a believer, it's one of our most incredible holidays, the fact that Jesus died on the cross for our sins. And I just, while it's fun for bunnies and it's all about spring and new birth, I do love the fact that it gives us an opportunity to be able to teach our kids, our grandkids, and center our homes around the fact that we love Jesus. So I love that. All right, so now I'm going to take, do I have another, is there another bunny mold over here that I can show them as far as with the eco powder? Or tell you what, just go on and give me the one I put the wax in if you want. Hang with me, guys. All right, so now you can see where my wax, my soap is already kind of setting up. I'm going to show you. So the same thing is when I want to be able to make my little bunnies with eco powder that I can actually paint, or I'll tell you something else I'm getting ready to show you in just a minute. These would be so cute done in decoupage. Has anybody ever done the decoupage? These are fantastic to do decoupage. So you can get your favorite napkins. You can get your favorite tissue. If you don't want to paint them, you can cover these in flowers. We have flowers on a maker studio, but these would be adorable decoupaged and so fun and easy to do. But I like being able to give it to little people so they could come in and kind of personalize it any way they want. So now I have filled that up about as far as I can go to the rim. In about 15 or 20 minutes, you're going to notice water that's going to start to form on the top of this. Let that water evaporate off. And then that way you can just demold it and you're going to have this adorable little bunny. So that way, oh, I love that, Bobby. They do look like bunny slippers. They're just so classic and so cute. There's so many things that you can do with them. You could even do like maybe your urn, if you've got an urn, a centerpiece. You could put grass there. Maybe I love having orchids in an urn. And then um, you could just kind of put these in a little nesting of around the greenery. That would be so, so cute. So decorate them any way you want. I just think they're all very, very, here you go, very curated and classic. All right, so then last but definitely not least, we have a fabulous, this is a very big mold that allows you to be able to do several things. So you can pour chocolate up in this. You'll pour them individually, so that way you can come back and actually put them together. So you have an egg that is 360 degrees. So you can do this out of chocolate. You can make cakes with this. I'm going to show you. I had a little bit of a snafu with my cake coming over here to the studio, but I want to be able to show you. So they make these gorgeous little eggs. So could I do the whole thing? Absolutely. Those of you that are cake decorators, you can definitely use this to be able to create a whole egg, put them together. But I just did a half, and you see how my little snafu with my icing. But these would be darling to be able to serve them. You can decorate them any way you want. You could just have them like this, and then that way lay out the icing and the sprinkles and everything and have your kids come over and be able to decorate their egg extravaganza cakes. Wouldn't that be a great idea? All right, so You could, oh, I love that idea. And put the bunnies and eggs in the center. That's why I have y'all. Like, y'all are my creative community. Um, but I will tell you, this whole idea of a ducky cake has me pretty jazzed. I think that's very, very chic. All right. So, um, the other thing that you can do, and this is what I am working on. So, I did the eco powder, what I just showed you, and I want you to look at the size of this egg. Is this not absolutely glorious? It's fabulous. These are, they're large enough you could, where are the Easter egg clay decor on the website? Carol, if you go to a maker studio and you go to shop, you should be able to see all of them. Jean, make sure, ask Brooke if the large one is on in the collection. We just need to make sure of that. All right, so Carol, we're going to check on that for you. All right, so again, this is the large mold. This was what I had created, and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing. So a couple of things. Yes, you can totally paint these. You can totally do the transfers. You can use all of, we've got so many great designs for Easter, for spring, is that you could be able to come back, paint these, and then do your inks and your stencils on these eggs. Part of the reason I just wanted to give you a really large egg that you could do this with, because these would be so cute, having a whole lot of them in your centerpieces, using them on your table. I want to be able to have them in my urn, so I just thought it was so, so cute. Um, I need 3 sets, one for candles, one for food, and one for eco powder. Yes. So now let me tell you, if you get a set, I do that too. I did my crayons and my eco powder and everything in my small one. But if you want to be able to go in and do your chocolates, and do your cakes and everything, I have one for food and I have one for eco powder and waxes and soaps. So yes, that's a great idea. So the other thing that you could do that I think these would be really cute, and I like y'all, I think decoupage and doing napkins are so cute, but look at this. Who doesn't love birds and butterflies and flowers? Isn't that fabulous for spring? So you can use our Toscana binder. A lot of people may not know that. You can brush all of this on with our Toscana binder and then just separate your Jean, can I have some Toscana binder real quick and a brush? And I'm going to go in and pull this apart. I'm actually in the process of working on making paper and adding flowers. So I'm going to use the backing of this on that project. So I want you to remember that. So a lot of people don't know, but we do have on my sister company, we have a Toscana milk paint binder that you can also use this to do decoupage with. So a lot of you have that in your DIY pantry. So I'm just going to dip my brush down in there like that. And basically brush this over my egg that I did with the eco powder. These are going to be so cute. You could just get a cute little bowl that you have, put some greenery in it. I like using more natural. Can you grab that green? It's like, it looks like grass. Yes, perfect. Just as an FYI, I like using moss. I love natural looking colors, but being able to have these adorable decoupage eggs that you've done in this kind of grass, maybe in an urn or a blue and white bowl, or if your favorite piece of china, that would be so cute. All right, so love that you asked me that, Gretchen. So the way to be able to connect, I laid these out. I poured the eco powder in each of these. I let it dry. They set up so quickly. But because these molds are so thick and they're large, I allowed about an hour and a half. So then I demolded them and basically we put them together. Can you show me the epoxy that you used? Oh, okay. Jean just used an epoxy. Do you remember the name of it? For ceramic. There's an epoxy for ceramic that you can get on Amazon. And basically, we just glued them together. And it was so easy. It was like, boom, done. So now I'm going to come back. Do I have any scissors? Let me see. Right. Hang with me, guys. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to cut that. Make it just a little bit easier to work with. Guys, as you pop on, please say hey. Tell me where you're tuning in from. And take advantage of our Easter Eggstravaganza that we are introducing all these new products that are going to make it a lot of fun. I'm grateful that we were able to kind of do it before Easter got really, really close. Look at that. So I've got to kind of work this around. So that's going to allow me to be able to flatten it out. When I'm going over corners like that, I'll just kind of clip it and spread it out so that way it won't fold over. And I'll just work my way around my egg, and it kind of gives you the idea of what that can look like. So I've just got to go in and put my Tuscana milk paint binder all the way around and have that. Do you not love that? Imagine that gorgeous big egg sitting in my greenery like this. Don't you love that? Well, let's put some out. I just think that's so pretty, so classic, so elegant. It'll look so good in our urns, our centerpieces. Then we'll have these adorable soaps. We're going to be able to have all these adorable gifts. And I am more jazzed. Would you bring me that fluted candle? I am more jazzed about being able to create my candles. I don't know if those of you that, if I lost you, I'm going to really be playing around with this. Because can you see the size of this thing? Look at this. It's huge. I love the idea of being able to create these fluted candles and to come back and look at that, add my flowers and everything on it. It's so cute. So cute. So, it's a situation where crafting, creating, if you can do it and get into a surrounding to where it's quiet and you can enjoy it, there's nothing better. And for the cake, let me see, for the cake or that, yeah, would, but I would hollow out the center and do an egg display. You totally could. You totally could. If you wanted to, those of you, you can brush the chocolate inside and be able to make a hollow one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Colleen, you're so sweet. Neff actually is a baker and a crafter. I think our kids, if we expose them at a young age, they fall in love with it, and it's something that will carry them for the rest of their lives. So, yes, I love being able to expose children to that. So, I want to make sure I showed you everything. There's so much here. I wish you could see my table. It is a total mess, but it's so much fun. So grab the bundle, grab our Easter Eggstravaganza bundle, and grab the bundle that we've discounted considerably for you to be able to get your eco powder, your waxes, and your soaps. You can grab your pigments, and there's so many fun things that you can do to be able to get your house ready for Easter. And don't forget to tell them the reason for the season, the celebration of Easter is because Christ died for us. If we don't if we don't remember anything else but the fact of how crazy our life gets, that he died for our sins and that blood covers everything. It covers all of our failures and it allows to be able to give us a new life, eternal life with him in heaven. So I love Easter. I love that it's about rebirth. I love that it's about spring and winter is past, but all and new life and all of the branches and the flowers and everything that's going to be. Um, and I don't ever want you to think that I'm all about bunnies and duckies. I'm all about Jesus, but these are awfully fun. And people know my heart when they come in my home. I love you guys. I'm so grateful for our community. I'm so grateful that you are so much like me and you love creating beautiful things and you love making your home a beautiful place for people to come to. So, yes. And I love that y'all have all these ideas and I haven't thought about them. So thank you for sharing your ideas with me. I love you guys. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.